4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Tuesday, October 4th, 2022 edition of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee of the Metro Council. I do detect a quorum. Just a real quick overview of attendance. Pulley here, Allen here, Bradford here. I see Gamble, Nash, and Young. I don't see any other committee members in attendance, and I'll mark them present as they arrive. So on today's agenda, we have a consent agenda. I'm going to go over briefly by resolution number. We'll go through the resolutions first. And all of the resolutions are on consent, 1799 and 1800. Do either of those two need to be pulled? If so, let me know now. Okay, we'll proceed on with the resolution consent agenda. RS 2022-1799 authorizes the Department of Water and Sewage Services to enter into a utility relocation with the Tennessee Department of Transportation to construct a bridge over CSX RR and 11th Avenue located in Davidson County. RS 2022-1800 authorizes the Department of Water and Sewage Services to enter into a utility relocation with the Tennessee Department of Transportation to construct a bridge over CSX RR and 11th Avenue located in Davidson County. Do any of these two items need to be pulled? Yes, Councilmember Allen? Where are you? You're on the front row.
I don't want to pull them, but I would just like to ask if someone from Public Works can just talk about the Broadway Bridge and schedule and how it's all going to happen. Is that possible?
Is there anybody from NDOT here? Can you speak to that?
Speak to it briefly. The final schedule has not been disseminated to us yet, so I know that we're expecting to have that soon, but they are still targeting for next year for starting constructions, but we're waiting for that final schedule.
It's a complete replacement of the existing bridge?
It is complete. It is an accelerated bridge delivery project, which are actually going to build it and then bring it in, build it off-site and then bring it in and replace it. So it's being done to mitigate any type of disruption. They're actually anticipating to do that in 8 weeks. So an accelerated construction schedule.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments before we move forward with the consent agenda? All right, I detect none. So all in favor of the resolution consent agenda, say aye. Any opposed? All right, we recommend approval of the resolution consent agenda. Now let's go to bills on second reading, and I will identify the bills that are on consent, and feel free to pull them. I'll go by number first. BL 2022-1453, 1454, 1455, 1456, 1457, 1458, 1459, 1460, 1461, 1462, 1463, 1464, 1465, 1466, and 1467. Do any of those need to be pulled from consent? I see no hands, so I will proceed with reading of the captions. RS 2022-1453 authorizes the granting of a permanent easement to Piedmont Natural Gas Company for property owned by Metro government located at 4601 Murphy Road. RS BL 1454 authorizes the granting of 2 permanent easements to Harpeth Valley Utilities District of Davidson and Williamson counties for certain properties owned by the Metro government. BL 2022-1455 amends the Geographic Information Systems street and alley centerline layer for the Metro government by abandoning a portion of Whitsett Road right-of-way. BL 2022-1456 amends the Geographic Information Systems street and alley centerline layer for the Metropolitan government by abandoning a portion of alley number 456 right away from alley number 422 southwestward to dead end. BL 2022-1457 authorizes the abandonment and conveyance of the Metropolitan government's interest in alley 68 in downtown Nashville and approving an easement and agreement providing for Metro government's use of certain space and improvements to be constructed in the former alley. BL 2022-1458 authorizes 915 Division Manager, LLC, to install, construct, and maintain underground encroachments in the right-of-way located at 915 Division Street. BL 2022-1459 authorizes the Metropolitan government to abandon easement rights for property located at 630 Division Street, formerly a portion of alley number 200. BL 2022-1460 authorizes the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County to abandon easement rights for property located at 1000 Church Street. BL 2022-1461 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to abandon an existing public utility easement for property located at 1000 Hawkins Street. RS 2022-1462 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to abandon existing water main and easement and to accept new water and sanitary and sewer mains, fire hydrant assemblies, check valve assembly, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for property located at 3720 Clarksville Pike. BL 2022-1463 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to abandon existing public sanitary sewer main, sanitary sewer manhole, and easement for the property located at 451 Murfreesboro Pike. BL 2022-1464 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to accept fire hydrant assembly and public sanitary sewer manhole for 3 properties located at 2000, 2004, and 2006 South Hamilton Road. BL 2022-1465 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to accept new fire hydrant assembly and public sanitary sewer manholes for the property located at 1414 4th Avenue South. BL 2022-1466 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to abandon existing water main and easement, to relocate fire hydrant assemblies, and to accept new public water and sanitary sewer mains, fire hydrant assemblies, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for the property located at Ashland City Highway Unnumbered, also known as Eaton Creek Commons Phase 1. BL 2022-1467 authorizes the Metropolitan Government to accept new public sanitary sewer mains, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for property located at 3021 Charlotte Avenue. And that is what I have on the consent agenda. Is anybody wanting to pull any of those items? Seeing none, we will move forward for the vote. All in favor of the consent agenda, say aye. Any opposed? The consent agenda passes. We are now on to the loan bill that we have on second reading. That is BL 2022-1449. O'Connell and others sponsors creates Chapter 2.153 of the Metro Code, establishing a Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Commission. Do I have a motion? And properly seconded. Councilmember O'Connell, this is your bill. Would you like to speak to it? And also, looks like you may have an amendment. This is 1449.
Yep, I'm getting to the right page here. Sorry. So this one, I request that I'd like to move for a 2-meeting deferral. And I'll do that with a brief comment, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair.
All right, okay. You moved. Do I have a second for that motion? All right, moved and properly seconded. Back to you, Councilmember O'Connell.
Thank you. I was an inaugural member well before the time of council on the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee established by Mayor Dean, and I certainly appreciate some of the attention that has recently gone into Vision Zero, and particularly the funding that makes it possible. The process of delivering Vision Zero as a safety-oriented policy framework, I feel like is a both and for the scenarios that the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee worked on. A lot of that is usability, design, multi-departmental coordination, and particularly the thing that was one of the most important accomplishments of the BPAC was establishing our status as a bicycle-friendly community under the League of American Bicyclists certification. So we are a bronze level bicycle-friendly community, but we have not advanced beyond that by any stretch. And part of that has been the lack of focus and the choice to dismantle the BPAC earlier this term. I think we would benefit from restoring that. I've got a request from Director Alarcon at NDOT to have some more discussion about this, so I don't want to run the bill before we get the opportunity to do that, and I think a 2-meeting deferral will give us some good space for that discussion, so I encourage colleagues to support that deferral. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember O'Connell. Any further discussion on the deferral motion? Seeing none, all in favor of a 2-meeting deferral? I believe that's what you asked for. Is that correct, Councilmember O'Connell? All in favor of 2-meeting deferral, say aye. Any opposed? All right, that concludes our agenda. I do have one brief announcement, and want to encourage you all to attend, and all the council members to attend a special call meeting we have on Tuesday here in the council chambers at 4 p.m. For the purpose of discussing traffic calming. Councilmember Henderson, I did receive your email, and I do intend to allocate the requisite time you requested for parks and NDOT to discuss that issue. I will make sure that Parks receives an invitation to this meeting. And again, we will allocate what time is necessary for the discussion of our traffic calming program and the other issue that deals with paving and striping in the parks. So any other announcements or comments that anybody wants to make before we adjourn? Okay, then meeting of the Transportation Committee is now adjourned. Thank you.